Consider the following formula. Which of the following statements is true for this formula? To solve this question, we're going to need to graph. But first, let's find our x and y intercepts. Our x-intercept is where y equals 0. So let's plug in 0 for y. Negative x plus 3 equals negative y, or negative x plus 3 equals negative 0, which would just give us 0. There is no negative 0. Then we could do opposite operations. We can add x to both sides. These will cancel, giving us 3 equals x, or our first coordinate point, 3, 0. Then we can find our y-intercept, which is where x is equal to 0. And we can plug in negative 0 instead of negative x, plus 3 equals negative y. Again, negative 0 is just 0, so we can kind of get rid of that. 3 equals negative y. To get rid of this negative that's in front of the y, we must remember that in math, if it exists, there's always one of them. So now we have a number that we can divide both sides by to get rid of this negative. These negative ones will cancel, leaving us with negative 3 equals y, or our other coordinate point, 0, negative 3. Here I have graphed our function using our two intercepts. Our first one at 3, 0, which meant I went to the right 3 and up 0. And then our second one, 0, negative 3, I went down 3 and to the right 0. Now we can take a look at this function, analyze it, and use that information to find our correct answer. If we look at our x-intercept, we can see that all of the values that are greater than this x-intercept have positive y values, and all of the values that are less than that intercept have negative values. So we can say when x is greater than 3, y is positive, but when x is less than 3, y is negative. Okay, so let's look at our answer choices. A says if x is greater than or equal to negative 3, which would be over here, then y is negative. Okay, well let's put that on the plot, or let's put that on the graph, and then let's look at all the values that are greater than. Most of these are negative until we reach this axis, and then once we pass it, all of the values will become positive, making A incorrect. B says if x is greater than positive 3, our intercept right here, then y is negative. Well, this is also incorrect because all the values greater than our intercept are positive, not negative. C says if x is less than 0, which would be right here, y is negative. Well, let's put that on our plot and take a look at the values all that are less than this value. And that would be true because this extends into negative infinity as far as y goes. So that makes C our correct answer. Now let's take a look at why D is incorrect. If x is less than 3, our intercept here, y is not negative. This is not true. Y is definitely negative for all of the values that are less than x equals 3. So D is incorrect, making C our correct answer.